It is such an important milestone when the trains are able to make a full loop around the layout, and that is exactly where I am now. So stay tuned if you want to see how I made this double track main line and connected all parts of the layout. First, let's go back in time and see where we left the layout last episode. We now have the two staging areas ready, but they're not connected, and that's the main task. Part of the main line will be hidden, and for that I will use these standard tracks, although the curves are rather tight. I will use the same modules as I used for the helix. The modules are made from this concept, and as you can see, it's just plywood cut in sections with 60-degree angles. It doesn't have to be that perfect, because most of this will be hidden either in tunnels or by the landscape. The camera angles are a bit off here, but as you can see when I put on these tracks, it is actually tailor-made for these Pico 8-track pieces. And then you connect the modules and cover the modules with some sound absorbing material. I use cork, put the modules together, and here we go, a section of subtrack bed. While the tight curves will be covered by the landscape later on, we now move to the visible part of the double track main line, and here I am using Pico 8-track flex tracks. And it requires a little more work, so before I start cutting any wood whatsoever, I will make some mallets out of cheap cardboard. And the whole idea is, of course, to make the curve as soft, gentle and natural as possible. So I cut out the cardboard pieces. Test again. A lot of testing is always time well spent, and when I was happy with the curve, I started transferring the mallets to the wood, and as you can see, I added a centimeter or so on each side, simply because it's easier to remove material than add it later on. Yeah, modeling can be hard work. Took a little more care smoothing the edges here, and then the sub-track beds were ready. At some point I am going to have a bridge here, which means that I will have to cut a valley in this beam, and then the stream, the small river, will go through the landscape like that. So I'll probably have to do a little surgery on this beam and the one over here as well. Time again for the heavy machinery. Now, I had hoped to avoid cutting in the framework, because I mean it will weaken it, but unfortunately I saw no way around it, and I even decided to lift the subtrack bed an extra centimeter to give the mainline tracks the right profile, and also for noise reduction purposes. I put in a subbed of cork strips from Noch. You can of course use other materials, but cork is time-tested solution for model railways, and I find it pleasant to work with. It's easy to cut in these strips, and they have a 45-degree profile on the one side, and that helps when ballasting is on the agenda later. The strips are clever in the way that they bend a little, especially when they're wet from glue, and you can easily fit them under the flex track. I did some experimentation off camera to find out how best to mount the knock pieces, and I found that actually it was easier if you put the tracks down first with drawing pins, and then afterwards you put in the cork pieces underneath. There can be a slight issue with using flex tracks in curves, and that is where you see the two tracks meet. There can be a tendency for an angle to appear, but that can be dealt with by offsetting the two tracks, something like this. I don't know if there's any hard rule on the distance between the two cuts, but here it's about 10 centimeters, and that seemed to do the trick. It's a bit fiddly to get the track back on the sleepers, but finally I got there. It was then necessary, of course, to make room for the fish plate or connectors. Just cut a little groove in the sleepers. To avoid that the tracks moved as I re-established the curves, I soldered them together. I haven't done that on the rest of the layout yet, because I want the ability to move the track around. Here you can see the track secured with some drawing pins. They're a little longer than what I usually use, but as you can see, it's easy to lift the track just 3 millimeters and slip the cork strips underneath. The cork strips were glued on with PVA glue, which is a very easy glue to work with. And here you can see how it is easy to again slip the cork strip underneath, and the pins make sure that you don't push it in too far. They're at the exact midpoint of the track. After the first track was laid, it was time for the parallel second track. And here I made good use of these clever devices to make sure that the spacing between the tracks was exactly the same all along the main line. And again, same procedure: pins, cork strips, PVA glue. Although that was more than half the job done, I still had to lay some tracks here on the what will become the main station area later on, and I laid some points at the entrance to the station area. Very much the same procedure. Now the points are not motorized at this stage. The idea was just to establish the main line and start to run some test trains. Speaking of which, here we are. The first test train is ready. Let's lean back, listen to some music, and see how it goes. And back to where we started. Everything seems to be working okay so far. Still a lot of work to be done. I need to connect all the points, and some of the track work is not the final version. So there will be plenty of things to do for coming episodes. If you want to see how it all unfolds, then consider subscribing to the channel. Click the bell button so it will give you a notice when I upload the next vlog. Also consider giving this video a like and subscribe. Please help the channel grow. What I will do now is I will keep testing the tracks here with different kind of rolling stock. So if you want to see some trains go by, stay tuned for a couple of extra minutes. And with that, I'll just say thank you for now and see you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.